Well, we made it. We made it to Sawmill Flats. Probably got in here about 11 o'clock. Got in here about 11 o'clock. Took us a couple hours to set up the little tent trailer. And then we made a campfire and kind of sat here, and it was quiet. No bugs, no birds, no sounds whatsoever. And around, I would say 1 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden, a large limb snapped. I mean, it was loud. It was probably about 50 yards away. 50 yards away that way, to me. And Baron von Strauss is like, it's not what you think it is. That happens all the time. And he's right, it does, but nothing else happened. Oh, it looks like I'm getting a visitor. I'm cut it short here. I guess I don't have to cut it short. Just wave at everybody while they dust me out. It's dusty. So this morning, I took a little walk, and I'll put that full video. I'm not going to edit it. I mean, there is some places where I turn the camera off and on as I was walking around. But I busted out of the trailer early this morning and took a walk looking for tracks. The only thing I found was old human tracks, old dog tracks, a couple of fairly fresh deer tracks that I show, and a couple of little surprises of wildlife that I think maybe one, I'm not sure, but I zoomed in on a little chipmunk digging holes, and I have that. Unless you guys see something on the video, I don't think there was any Bigfoot around me. But I do feel like, and I know a lot of people say, you know, feelings, you feel, yeah, well, I feel like there's something around here, especially after that limb break last night. I didn't sleep all that good because I brought an amplifier, an audio amplifier, and I put a headset on it, and I actually was laying there nearly all night long listening. There was some sounds that the amplifier picked up that weren't normal, and I wouldn't have heard them without it. I actually thought I could hear female voices in the distance, and it's kind of weird because I don't think I can't hear them without the amplifier, but they were pretty far away, and it sounded like they were having a great time. I mean, I was even wondering if maybe I was picking up a radio signal or something, but it wasn't that, because it would stop and for an hour or so, and then I would start hearing it again. I heard an actual, I think, a really deep male type voice, just only like grunt, probably about 4:30 in the morning. And then something was hitting the trailer and rolling off like little pebbles. That happened about 6 times. In fact, it woke me up. I fell asleep with it on, and the little pebble hit the trailer right above me and then rolled off, and it kept happening. And I was thinking, you know, we're kind of under a tree, but the tree doesn't drop pebbles. And it was definitely, you know, you can hear really good with this amplifier, and it was definitely little pebbles, not, you know, tree leaves or pine needles or anything like that. It was a good, that's what woke me up. It hit real good and then rolled off. And that happened about 6 times, and I fell back to sleep. I was going to plug that into my camera here as a microphone and leave it recording all night long and for the audio, and I forgot the little cable that I use to plug into it and then plug into the camera. It's just a little patch cable, mic cable. And I could kick myself for that because I was so looking forward to using that. But I left it. And that made me sad, and that made me stay up all night listening, even though I did fall asleep several times. Every single time something woke me up, though. And one was a deep voice, like a grunt, and one was little pebbles hitting the trailer, and the other one was the female sounding voices that sounded like they were chatting and laughing and having a good time. And all of the sounds are coming from the same place, that way, where the branch broke. That it snapped. I mean, in the total quiet, all of a sudden, snap. And that let me know they're here. At least I want to think they're here after that. I will be back. I'm going to shoot some more footage. We'll be here the rest of the day and night and tomorrow, and we'll go home tomorrow night. So I thought I would just, while Baron von Strauss takes a little trip on his little scooter, I thought I'll come in and give everybody a little update of what's going on. And I can't hardly wait to get this on so you guys can see it. I hope you all had a good week. I did. I'm enjoying it. And I'll see you really soon. So, we are in a campground. Mainly because of that. You know, those are very important around here. The only thing is, people pull in and it's pretty dusty. It's always a good idea in the morning to look for any game tracks. see, like right here. This is either a squirrel or a deer looking for mushrooms. I think it's a squirrel. There's lots of holes. I don't really see any deer tracks yet. Picnic bench over here. Firewood. Pretty cool. You know, people walk around with GoPros, stuff like that, hoping to get a Bigfoot on their camera, and they might get lucky. But usually, field of view on a GoPro is so short that it has to be pretty close to you in order for you to see it. And I would say you'd have to be pretty dang lucky to get a Bigfoot in a GoPro. Like, you would walk right by this. Digging those little holes I showed you. Oops. He sees me. Whoops. He sees me. But he's got something going on in there. More important than me. He's about 40 yards. See if I can get closer. It's hard to hold steady close, so back out a little. Here he goes. Right up in the bush. Definitely the ones making the little holes. Although I did see some mushroom dug up from a deer, but it was a while back. Some dog trucks right here. Probably came over here and chased the squirrel around. See, here he is right here too, dog tracks. It was a big dog. Here's some deer tracks coming from that way, going right down through here. Pretty fresh. I think there's a bigger buck track right here. Might be a big doe. You can see the dew claw right there. But the ground it's a doe. See on down here. No dew claw. Yep. Doe. Squirrel, bird, deer, small deer. More firewood. Guess we don't need to go collecting firewood too bad. Just pull the truck around over here. glance around the whole campground. Time for me to sit down for a little bit and take a load off. Have some coffee. Okay, people, we're in the magical forest, and I'm going to take you away. Going to take you away. We're going on a magical mystery tour. That tree in this grove is 20.3 feet in diameter, and it probably is 2,000 years old. I'm going to be looking for the gnomes. Or what are they called? The leprechauns. That's it. The leprechauns we're going to be looking for. And we're off. Of course, you can't have a really good grove unless you have a really good bathroom, you know? And in fact, I'm walking by this monster of a tree. Oh my God. And it goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes all the way up. It is massive. In fact, all the trees are massive in here. I'm gonna go on a little tour. The magical mystery tour. Yes. Yeah, look at that one over there. Absolutely amazing, huge tree. Oh, it's a monster. Now, I might not have found any Bigfoots, but I found some big trees, man. I mean, big. I'm glad they have a restroom, even though I didn't need it. And look at these paths. Anybody that's disabled like me really appreciates the path thing, you know? I'm just gonna do a quick trip through here for everyone. Look at that. Oh my God. You see this branch up here? It's like as big as a tree, just the branch. Let me see.
Yeah, Squatch.
I guess it doesn't really look like it on the camera, but man, it is a monster. I'm gonna do something really quick here, just to give you an idea of what this looks like. I'm gonna set you guys down. Let's see if I can prop you up. Oh, look at that. It's massive. I'm gonna set you down right here, and I'm gonna take a walk over there. Oh man, did you see how big that tree was? Oh my goodness. It's magical, I tell you. I don't know which one's the biggest one in here. That's a monster right there. See now, that pine tree right there, it's a pretty good adult-sized pine tree to the right. This, it could probably build 10 houses. Amazing. And they need fire. A lot of people don't know that, but the trees need fire. The actual cone will not release the seeds unless there's a fire. Oh man, that's so big. And it just stays large all the way up. Oh man, I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited about this as much as me. You know, I call these Bigfoot trees Sasquatch trees. And the seeds are actually very, very small. Really little. And they make these large, giant trees. I heard there's another grove not far from my house, just like this one, called Nelder Grove. And I heard there's a fire over there. So that means the seedlings are going to be, you know, popping so that they can reseed their self. I guess you could break it open, you know, manually and grow the seeds. But normally it takes a fire to get them. That one, like, maybe lightning busted it off up there. But the girth, oh my gosh, that's what she said. Ah, no, I didn't say that, did I? The girth. Oh, man. Okay, I'm going to look at one more sign, and I think I'll call it on the Magical Mystery Tour here. We're on our way home. I just thought, I seen this and I thought, wow. Oh, there we go. Talks about the cones. A mature tree can produce 2,000 cones per year. Each of these tiny sequoia cones can produce about 200 seeds. Because sequoia seeds need to reach bare soil and have lots of water and shade. On average, it takes 20 million seeds to produce one tree. Oh, that is so awesome. That tree, the fire burned up into it. But in a sequoia, the middle of the tree isn't where they get their sustenance. They get their sustenance from the bark. The bark is what feeds the tree, so the inner part of the tree can burn, and I could hear Baron von Strauss. Von Strauss is calling me. He's wore out. I wore him out. This old handicapped guy that can't walk farther than 50 feet wore out Baron von Strauss. Can you believe it? But I had to take you on this magical mystery tour of these giant trees. That looks like wild grapes right there. Does that look like wild grapes? It might be wild cucumber, I'm not sure, but that sure looks like grape leaves to me. And there's some berries right there. That's berries. Probably gooseberries. Can you hear him? Baron von Squatch Strauss. Hold on. Okay, I had to change a battery real fast. That's a nice stand right there. A lot of these trees were cut down in the 1800s, early 1900s, before they realized that they were rare. Here's one that must have fell over by itself. In the Thule Reservation, they have large trees just like this. In fact, I think some of them are even larger than this. I'll have to dig out my Thule Reservation video and I'll edit it into this. There's all these carvings right here. This tree has been here for a long time on the ground, and people have been putting their initials and stuff in it. I don't know what the oldest is, but it's a big one. $2014. I see 96, 86, 97, 1957. There's a 1957 right there. '57, 1968. I bet it even goes further. I don't have time to go through this. I would love to spend a little more time. There's a, no way, 1950 or 1450. But it just keeps going. It's so beautiful. Wow, look at that. There's a big burnt section. It looks like it burned all the way up in it. I don't know if you can see it. The light's getting bad. And they're way over here. There's some over there. I need to go in this one. I need to go into this one. Let's see here. Back when I was a kid in Yosemite, we actually have a picture of a mama deer having a baby deer at the base of a giant redwood in Yosemite. Let me zoom on this one. Gnarly, man. Mature giant sequoias weigh up to 1,000 tons. They reach 270 feet tall and are the oldest living things on Earth. The height contrasts with a shallow root system, only about 5 feet deep, but stretching out to an acre in size. Ground disturbances can easily damage the roots, and a strong wind can topple these mighty giants. Wow. Now this sucker is so big. Just absolutely massive. This is a good way to end our little tour, our Sasquatch trip. Wow, I got stuff all over me. You can actually see all the way through it. I don't know if you can see that. Wow. Okay. Here we go. These must be young ones over here. Only like 1,000 years old, or 1,200 years old, maybe 700 years old. Who knows, huh? It's the magical mystery tour. Look at all the little pines in the middle. This must be a young one too. Oh, is this where the leprechauns be? Under there? Oh, here's a tree. It has some type of something. No idea what that is. Like a dogwood or something? Y'all tell me what it is. Another big daddy. See, I don't know what that is right there. I don't know what kind of tree this is. It doesn't have a sign telling me either. And here's the roots to that one I was looking in. Gnarly, man. Well, there we go. The land of the giants. In the magical mystery tour. I promise to take you away.